So here's the irony. This video exists because I can't make the videos I usually make. No shop shots, no hands-on, no how-tos, no crawling around engines or building things. I'm stuck. My foot is busted, and this right here is me adapting. If you follow this channel for any length of time or some of my other channels, you know I'm usually doing things the hard way. Hands dirty, tools out, fixing or building something real. Right now, that is not an option. So instead of disappearing, I figured I'd do something different. I'd show you how to make this talking head video, why I chose this setup, and how I'm filming it, and why sometimes continuing to create matters more than waiting for the perfect conditions. I think a lot of people get stuck because they believe creation has to look a certain way. They think, if I can't do my normal thing, I shouldn't do anything. If it's not my best work, I'll wait. If the setup isn't perfect, what's the point? And that's usually where momentum dies. Right now, my reality is simple. I'm injured. I can't move the way I normally do, but I can still think, and I can still talk, and I can still hit record. So this video is proof of concept, not just technically, but mentally. Let's start with the camera. Right now, I'm filming on my A7 III Sony. I didn't choose it because it's trendy or expensive. I chose it because I already owned it. I've owned this camera for 5 years now. This is my second A7 III, and I know how it works. I know how it behaves. I trust it. So the lens is the 16mm. It gives me a natural field of view, nothing distorted, nothing cinematic for the sake of being cinematic. I want this to feel like a conversation, not like a commercial. The camera and the lens are sitting on a Manfrotto B-free tripod. No movement, no gimmicks, just straight up regular old tripod. When you're doing a talking head video, stability matters more than motion. If the frame is calm, people will stay long. Now, as far as lighting goes, this is where most people overthink things. My setup is very simple. I'm using an Aperture 120 Lightstorm with a diffuser box on it, as well as a grid that's directing the light straight at my face on a setup on a 45-degree angle from where I'm sitting here. Behind me, I have a couple accent lights. I have this little red light highlighting the guitar, and I have a lamp on up here highlighting this little shelf in behind me. It's not the perfect setup, but it's what I got. As far as lighting goes, I'm not trying to eliminate every shadow. The shadows is what gives me face, gives the image depth. I will edit this in post. It's what makes faces real. Perfect lighting looks fake. Good lighting just makes you look readable, and that's the goal here. Audio matters more than the video itself, always. This is being recorded on this old 1960s Shure microphone. I inherited this thing from my grandfather. I've tried different mics. I've tried the Rode Wireless Mic Go. I didn't like it. It wasn't working. I used the DJI microphone through the Osmo 3 for some of my other videos. I find that works well. But as far as interfacing with my computer, which I'm recording all of this directly to right now, this old Shure microphone running through a Focusrite interface seems to work fantastic. You let me know how it sounds. You can shoot 4K on your phone, and nobody cares if the audio is clean, but the second the audio feels hollow, echoey, people will leave. And I have more than enough experience with echoey audio, and it took me a long time to figure out how to get rid of it. Especially for a talking headed video. If your voice isn't comfortable to listen to, nothing else matters. Let's talk about framing and positioning. I am seated here because I have to be. My foot is injured, and standing and pacing are currently a non-starter for me. But sitting doesn't mean passive. I've framed this intentionally. Eyes just above the center, enough headroom to breathe. Hands are naturally occasionally in the frame. I talk with my hands, so you see my hands coming and going a little bit here or there. This isn't about looking powerful. It's about looking present. It's about talking to you, the viewer. As far as the injury goes, I'm not going to get into the whole story. Short version is my foot is injured enough that I can't safely do the kind of work that I usually do. I made a cinematic video purely out of boredom, purely out of practice. You can watch that here. I'll link it up here in the video. But that kind of injury really messes with you. I know it's messing with me. I won't get into the whole story because it's embarrassing, but the short version is my foot is severely injured to the point where I have limited mobility. I can't put any weight on it, and it's enough that I can't safely do the work that I do out in the shop. I can't do my renovations. I'm basically stuck in my bedroom here with limited movement. And that messes with you. Because when your identity is tied to doing stuff, fixing stuff, building stuff, moving stuff, being forced to stop feels like a failure at first. But it's not. It's just a different season. If you don't create through these seasons, you end up waiting forever. So this video exists because I made a decision. I could either wait until everything's perfect again, or I could work with what I have right now. So I strip things back. One camera, one lens, one light, one mic, one honest conversation. And that's usually enough. As far as editing goes, I use Premiere Pro. This is the first time I've recorded a video directly to my computer. So I'm going to take the file, I'm going to put it in Premiere Pro, and I'm going to I'm going to cut it up, I'm going to get rid of the dead space, I'm going to tighten up the thoughts, I'm going to leave parts in that feel human. I'm going to leave the mistakes in because that's part of being human. We make mistakes. I'm not going to use any flashy transitions. I might put a little background music to it. I don't know. We'll see the feel of it. Sometimes that can add an emotional level to the video. I use Envato elements for all of my music that I use in my reels, as well as the other YouTube channel and stuff you've seen on this channel too. I use Envato elements to capture all that music and sound effects. If something lands, it lands because the idea holds weight, not because it was polished to death. So here's the bigger point. If you're waiting to create until conditions are ideal, you're not a creator, you're a planner. Creators adapt. They work around their injuries, around time limits, around imperfect spaces. They show up anyway. So if this video helped you, technically, mentally, here's what I'd ask. Subscribe to the channel. Not for algorithms, but so that you can follow along while I get my foot healed up. I get back onto the hands-on stuff that I want to do. I got all kinds of ideas for videos coming up. This is just the start. Drop a comment if you want to see more of these, more behind the scene processes, more talking head breakdowns, or the moment I'm back on my feet and back in the shop. If you got any ideas, let me know. This channel isn't about pretending everything's smooth. It's about making something real, even when it's inconvenient. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.